So Dylan, it's Thursday. That means we check in with our colleagues at Live for ideas on how we can spend the weekend.
Now let's start off, of course, with live food picks. This has generated quite a bit of buzz recently. What I'm referring to is, of course, Singapore Airlines first and business class meals home delivery.
SIA at Home allows customers to enjoy in-flight first and business class meals in the comfort of their own homes.
The Straits Times food editor Tan Hsueh Yun sampled the food and she's here to tell us more. Now, hi Hsueh. Now, fair to say that airplane food, often isn't the highlight of a holiday trip. So is the food good and is it worth it?
Okay, like I said in my story, I can think of many ways to spend that money and none of them involve airline food. But having said that, there are a couple of things that I really like. For example, if you opt for the Sanjeev Kapoor vegetarian meal, you get 6 sticks of impossible satay. Well, so that's 12 because it's a meal for 2. And the impossible satay is excellent. And it's, I think, the first airline to be using impossible, which is a meat substitute from the US. And I love how the spicing is so vivid in that satay, and they've even tweaked the peanut sauce a little bit so that it's vegetarian. Oh, it's really good. And I love the lavash in the bread basket. These are like crisp wafers. So sometimes it's flagged with rosemary, which is the one I had. It was really good. Sometimes with tomato. But really good munchy food,
Hsueh, I notice every time you speak about satay, right? Because I think the previous time we had you on, we had you talk about satay as well. Right. That makes my mouth water. But Hsueh, aside from food, the experience of flying is also the top quality crew service. Now, with SIA at Home, would you say that this aspect of the service is absent? And if so, how does SIA make up for it or replicate the service for this initiative?
Okay, well, obviously, you're not going to have a cabin crew serve you the food, right? So what happens is that when you book the meal, when you book it online, then a SIA cabin concierge will call you up and walk you through your choices, because obviously there are multiple choices for appetizers, multiple choices for main course, and that's where that sort of personal interaction comes in. The person will also guide you on your wine choices and what you want for dessert. And now, of course, everything is delivered to you the way that the meals will be delivered onto the plane, which is in foil trays, with very clear directions for how to reheat everything and how to plate the food. And in order to bring that cabin experience to your home, SIA has got a lot of really, interesting extras. You can opt to watch videos of what it's like in 4 different types of airplane. I don't know why I would want to do this, but if you're mad about planes, I guess you could walk through an A380 or something. And there's also a curated Spotify playlist, depending on whose chef, which chef you have picked for your meals, right? And that would be like, the Japanese one would have Japanese music and things like that. And if you also opt for the top package, you literally can eat off the same plates that first class passengers eat out of on board, because they'll give you the free Wedgwood dining set with crystal glasses. And this is a very interesting way to market SIA service. I mean, how many of us travel first and business class? Come on, right? But for a few $100s, you can actually experience what it's like. And if you take that top package for the first class, right, you get 2 Lalit sleeper suits. You get like amenity kit, the eye mask and slippers and socks. Presumably after your dinner, you can light the candle that comes in one of your amenity kits, put on your sleeper suit, and listen to the playlist and drift off to bed in your own bed, not on the plane. But yes, it's as close as you will ever come to actually being on first class on the ground.
Well, once again, thank you so much, Hsueh. That was food editor Tan Hsueh Yun, who shared more on the SIA at-home experience. You can read more on her piece on straitstimes.com.
So much good food, and Jan, you know what else could be better than spending your weekend kicking back and relaxing on the sofa? If you're looking for recommendations on what to watch this weekend, journalist Jan Lee has picked out two shows, Tale of the Nine-Tailed and Ted Lasso.
And we have Jen here with us. Hi, Jen. Now, Jen, what are the two shows about, if you could tell us briefly, and why did you choose them for this weekend?
Okay, so I picked out K-drama Tale of the Nine-Tailed, which is like a fantasy romance type, which I feel like the Koreans are very good at. I picked it because it has Lee Dong-wook, who is like, love Lee Dong-wook. People will know him from Goblin, so he stars as the titular nine-tailed fox, which is like a mythical fox creature. And it's also the first drama in 4 years for Kim Bam, and people remember him from Boys Over Flowers. He was So Jong in Boys Over Flowers. It's also his first drama since like his military service, so I'm kind of excited to see what he's up to. And also features female lead Jo Bo-ah. And I also picked out Apple TV Plus, Ted Lasso. If you have like an Apple device that you bought in the last year, you would have like a 1 year free subscription to Apple TV Plus, and I strongly recommend you catch this show before that expires, because it's the perfect show to binge on. It just finished its entire run and it's really short, like each episode is 30 minutes, less than. You can really finish it very quickly, and it's a very feel-good sports comedy.
Now, Jen, I got to ask you a difficult question. You know, I have to ask you to choose, but if I only have time to watch just one of the two shows, which would you recommend?
Oh, definitely Ted Lasso, because Tale of the Night-Tailed is really new, so I haven't really had a lot. I haven't had a chance to catch many episodes yet. I don't know how it would turn out. But Ted Lasso is so feel good. Like the world is it's kind of not a happy place right now, right? I think we all agree that it's been somewhat of a chaotic year. But this is just like a comedy about this guy who's really kind-hearted and sweet. It's basically about the story of this American football coach who gets hired to coach like the English Premier League, like one of the football clubs in the English Premier League, which is very mediocre and keeps losing. So it's not the same football, but it's hilarious. It's really funny, and he's such a warm-hearted character. And even though everybody thinks like at the start that he's such an idiot because he doesn't know anything about football, but he kind of like slowly wins everyone over with just how wonderful a person he is.
Well, can't wait to check that out. Now, thank you, Jen. And that was, of course, journalist Jen Lee with her TV picks for this weekend, Tale of the Nine-Tailed and Ted Lasso. Now, you can, of course, catch Tale of the Nine-Tailed on Starhub TV and Singtel TV, and Ted Lasso on Apple TV+.
Now, Dylan, you will agree with me. It's never too early to celebrate the weekend with a drink. Regent Hotel's Manhattan Bar, ranked 11th on the world's 50 best bars, recently launched a new menu.
Now, joining us now to tell us more is journalist Anjali Raguraman. Hey Anjali, now we know you love your cocktails, but what's so special about this new menu?
Hi guys, yeah, I do love my cocktails, and I'm very grateful to be in a country that's home to some of the best bars in the world, like Manhattan. And so they've come up with a new menu that centers around Manhattan personalities, some very famous personalities like Anthony Bourdain, Robert Downey Jr., Ella Fitzgerald. You know, like these are people who are iconic to Manhattan, and they've built drinks that talk about the history of these people, and also like that are very close to the personal stories of these individuals.
And we know you've tried the various drinks, so we have to ask you, which one is your top pick?
Oh, I have a few actually, if you don't mind me going through.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so like I mentioned, Robert Downey Jr. I mean, who hasn't watched Iron Man, right? And the Avengers for that matter. So at the end of Avengers Endgame, you know, there's that line, "I love you 3000." So inspired by that, there's a cocktail called 3000 that incorporates Robert Downey Jr.'s favorite ice cream flavors. So I'm not sure if many people know this, but he is a big fan of Neapolitan ice cream, so chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. And this is an Irish coffee that is essentially a chocolate and rum base, a vanilla cream, and then on top there's a strawberry dust with an arc reactor dusted on it. So it looks like an arc reactor when it comes to you. And besides that, there's also the Ramones, who are iconic, right? Like so integral to the pop punk scene. The punk scene, I mean. And they are also very well known for their leather jackets. So there's a drink called leather jacket, in which it's super spirit forward. So it's made with bourbon and rum, and the bottle even comes with a bit of black wax dripped down the side, and it comes smoking as well. So when you pour it out, it has a super cool effect. And I mean, they have basically 18 cocktails like this, inspired by, like I said, the various New York personalities. It includes Vera Wang as well, and Eleanor Roosevelt, former First Lady. And I mean, it's going to take me a while to get through all of these cocktails, I think, but I can't wait to go back and try them all.
I suppose it's just not only the taste, but like you mentioned, it's also the presentation, the attention to details with the drinks as well, right?
Absolutely.
And definitely Instagram worthy, I suppose. Yeah? Well,
Yeah,
thank you
I
so
mean,
much.
I'm not sure if you've seen my Instagram yet, but like, yeah, it looks really good on Instagram. It photographs really well.
Well, definitely something to ease you into the weekend. Well, thank you so much, Anjali, for coming on to the show. We were speaking to journalist Anjali Raguraman on Manhattan Bar's new menu. So, Dylan, we've got our 3 picks. Which one are you going to go for this weekend?
You know, I'm a sucker for cocktails. I have to go for Manhattan Bar. I think it really, I mean, the way Anjali put it, it just sounds so, wow, it just sounds so exciting. Something, you know, I've never experienced, I've never tried it before, so I'm looking forward to try it out this weekend.
Okay, so if you're going to be checking out Manhattan Bar, who knows, you might be seeing Dylan there this weekend.